Good evening, ladies. It is getting late and I am heading to bed here shortly. I'm going to take my melatonin. I have a headache. There's a storm coming through and it is messing with my head. So I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to bed. I wanted to address, I have so much to say about it, and it's really hard to kind of narrow it down into just a short, brief something. But I wanted to kind of address something that Ashley had said today, and I was so excited to hear her just share from her heart, number one, and just to be real. And I wanted to talk about this whole self-love thing a little bit. Self-love can mean a whole lot of things to a whole lot of different people. And I even went to, if you go to Google and click images and you just type in self-love, the amount of images that you can pull up and the quotes and the sayings are just unreal. There were so many, and I could post one every day for a whole year or longer because they were just so many and they were so good. The bottom line is, this is what I want you to understand, and this is what I've been trying very hard to get the point across this in this group is, number one, you are worth it. Number two, you have to find it in yourself to love yourself for who you are right now. You may not like it. You may not like where you are right now because you have X amount of pounds to lose, or you know you need to eat better, or you want to set the example for your family, or you know you need to exercise more, you want to be healthier. Ashley was talking about having a healthy pregnancy. I can't tell you, I worked in the OBGYN office where her mom works. We had women that were not healthy when they got pregnant, and it's hard, it's rough being unhealthy and pregnant. It's tough, and it's tough afterwards. So in order for you to get healthy and be the healthiest that you can be before you decide to get pregnant, that's just huge. But you have to love yourself enough to do it. Now, to do what? To exercise every day, to eat right, to make the right choices. And, you know, sometimes we can look in the mirror and all we think is, I don't like my eyes, I don't like my eyebrows, my hair's thin, I wish I had longer hair, I wish I had shorter hair, I wish my hair was blonde, I wish my hair was red, I wish I had really good looking arms, you know, those kind that have definition and they don't have that flabby thing here in the back, or you don't have that bra rollover like that right there. I don't like my legs, I've got cellulite, I have stretch marks. All of those things, they come back and they're saying to yourself, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't look right, you need to change, you need to do this, but you know what? I am who I am right now, and I love myself enough to do this. I love myself enough that I'm going to give up 30 minutes of sleep or 30 minutes of watching TV to go push play. I'm going to give up this so I can have that, because I love myself enough to take care of me. I have to take care of me. I have to love myself enough to want to be in the pictures. I can tell you that my oldest, who is 28 and is going to London on the 18th of September for 3 years, in his kids book, in his baby book, children's book, whatever you want to call it, when I scrapbooked 12 years of his life, I am not in the pictures because I did not like the way I looked. I hid from the camera. I was behind the camera. Oh, you want a picture? Let me take the picture. I was a great photographer. I was not in the pictures. I can't undo that. I can't go back and get in those pictures. And when people took pictures of me, I was mortified. Do not take pictures of me. one of my transformation pictures that I use is at Christmas, and I remember it as plain as it was yesterday, sitting on the floor, my grandmother behind me, my mom to one side, and I am sitting in the floor, and oh my goodness, whew, I hate that picture because it reminds me of what I missed out, because I didn't love myself enough to do something about the state that I was in. I didn't love myself enough to figure out I need to do something and something needs to change. I just didn't, because I figured that's who I was, and that's the way it's always going to be, and that's what runs in my family, and this is who I am. No, it's not. I am who I am. I am a Hendricks by birth. I am a Kennedy by marriage, and I am a McManus by marriage because I have a previous marriage before I was a Kennedy, and I have a child. I have 2 children that are McManuses. But at the same time, I also have family history, and I'm going to be the one, and I'm determined with every ounce of me to love myself enough to break the chain. I'm going to break the chain of what is hereditary in my life and what is hereditary in my family. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to break it. I love myself enough not to go there. I have heart disease in my family. I have bypass surgery in my family. I have breast cancer. My mom's had breast cancer twice. Her mother had breast cancer. The BRCA gene is negative, but that doesn't mean anything, and you and I both know that. There's diabetes in my family. There's high cholesterol in my family. I mean, the list can just go on and on and on, but I'm not going to settle. I love myself enough to get my behind. You see that bed over there? It's really comfy. It's got a memory foam mattress, and I really like it, and I can sleep in it for days. But I love myself enough to get my behind out of that bed and go to my garage and take my iPad and push play every freaking morning, because I want to sweat and I want to feel better and I want to get over myself, because I love myself enough to do something about it, because I want to be healthy. I have a 28-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. Yes, God has a sense of humor. I thought I was finished. I thought it was over. I thought it was done. That's not what he said. I have a 10-year-old. I will be the 5-0 next year. Not this year, but next year. And I have a 10-year-old that I have to keep up with. It's not a choice for me not to love myself enough and not to love him enough to get off of my behind and go do something. I've got to keep up with him. It's not a choice for me to sit on the couch and say, Caleb, I just can't today. I'm just too tired. It's not enough for me to gain all the weight back that I've lost. And I don't think I've shared this in any of my groups lately, but when I started years ago, prior to Beachbody, prior to Caleb, pre-Caleb, so a while back, my best friend Michelle was a runner. Her and her husband Paul and Michelle were runners, and this is when Jim and I were still married. And the new Y, the Spears Y, and many of you are in North Carolina, you know where I'm talking about. The Spears Y had just opened. We joined, and we went. And we go into the cardio room, because you know everybody goes to the cardio room, and nobody goes to the weight room. So we went to the cardio room, and we got on the treadmill. Okay, at that point in time, I was 220, 225. I was wearing size 22 at the time, and Michelle has always been fit. Always, always, always been fit. And hey Kim, she and Paul had decided to start running again, and I desperately wanted to do that, but I was not about to tell her that. I was not in the shape to start running, and I'll never forget Michelle begging me, standing in front of that treadmill, and she said, Pam, I want you to run. I said, I can't. I cannot run. I cannot run because it hurts. I can't run because I'm too big. I can't run because my girls will fall off and they hurt horribly if I run. She said, give me 1 minute of running on the treadmill. I don't care how fast you go. You can run at 3.5, you can run at 4. I don't care. Just run. 1 minute and I'll leave you alone and I'll never ask you to do it again. Okay, well, if I can do anything, I can do anything for 1 minute. Okay, fine. I'll do it just to shut you up. I'll do it. That was it. That was all it took. 1 minute. I was hooked. I hurt. The girls hurt. My hips hurt. My legs hurt. My arms hurt. I couldn't breathe. I'm sure that I was 50 shades of red and I was dying. But I was hooked. And I'm thinking, I can't run. I can't run long distances. They were talking about running a half marathon. I'm thinking, not a chance. I'll be lucky if I don't die during a 5K. The next thing I knew, I was signed up for a 5K. I did it. And then I did several 5Ks and a 10K and a half, several halves, and 1 full marathon. So, if I can do it, you can do it. Love yourself enough to get your behind out of the bed, make healthy choices, drink your water, and get your sleep. You can do this. Our next group is going to start, and I need you ladies that are coming with me. I need you to be the biggest cheerleaders you've ever been in your life, because you have been there and done that. And maybe you're just now getting started, and that's okay, because we're going to have a blast. And the whole point of the group is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to love yourself enough to do something about it? That's your question. I can't answer it for you. I can't make you do this. I know, and Ashley will share with you. She said it before. She signed up with me a year ago, and she wasn't ready, and that's okay, because I can't do it for her. And I waited, and she'll tell you, I sent her messages all the time. Join my group. Join my group. I didn't pressure her. I just sent her a message. Hey, start a group. Hope you join me. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. But she made the decision. It was time. She had to make the decision. I can't do it for her. I can't do it for you. I wish I could. I wish I could be there and drag your behind out of the bed or knock the food out of your hand, but I can't. You got to love yourself enough to do it for you, and then come in this group and say, guess what I did? I worked out today. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to take my medicine and I'm going to bed. So post below, share, go live. It's a whole lot easier than typing all this out, because you wouldn't read it anyway. But share, let me hear from you. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you soon.